Guys, Jeremy here. I hope you've been having a good week. Today we're going to look at the pickups over a couple days here. Nothing too exciting, but some good stuff, and along the way I'll tell you a little bit of some stories. Pardon me. Alright, so let's start off with Value Village. Coincidentally, I happened to be there at the right time when they were bringing out stuff. Nothing too spectacular. There's some stickers I have to take off, but there's Donkey Kong Country 2. Battletoads and Double Dragon. Super Mario Kart. And, last but not least, Maximum Carnage. Alright, again, nothing too spectacular. I actually have these games, minus Maximum Carnage, I have these games already. But I know I can use some of them for trading value. So I definitely picked them up. And that was the one day at Value Village. Now, on that same day, I actually messaged my friend Vlad on Facebook. Coincidentally, I saw a Atomic Orange Nintendo 64. It was complete. It had 3 controllers, everything with it, and it was the Atomic Orange controllers, and that's the first time I've personally seen the Atomic Orange in a Value Village. I actually had it in my hand. I was walking around with it the whole time, and I was like, okay, I'll buy this in the games and stuff. And then from there, I was just about to go to checkout, and I kind of did an examination of it. The jumper pack was there, and I looked at everything, but the reset button was actually mashed right into the system. So then I kind of weighed the pros and cons. I'm like, all right, well, $14.99 gets you the system, 3 controllers. I don't know how to personally take them apart and fix them, so I kind of left it, and I messaged Vlad, and I said, well, it's here if you want it. Then, later that day, I went to another Value Village. They were taking out stuff. There's one, sometimes they bring out systems without any hookups or controllers, and I saw, I swear to God, a PlayStation 3 Slim. I'm looking at it like, what the heck? So anyways, I'm sitting there and I pick it up. There's no price on it. It was in fairly good condition, and I said to them, I'm like, are you selling this? And they look at it, and the one lady that brought it had no clue and said, oh, I'll get a supervisor for you. Supervisor comes after she calls him. He looks at it from a distance like, oh my God. I could see it on his face, like, PlayStation 3, like, what's that doing here? And stuff. So he looked at it and stuff, and he goes, did you find any of the controllers and stuff? And I'm like, no, I didn't see anything. So he actually called 2 of his employees. They went and they looked for about 10 minutes. They couldn't find anything. He came back and he said, it's here. This is the only thing we could find. It could be in another box, but until a couple days later, we don't know if we'll find it. So he said, if you want it, I'll sell it to you for $39.99. And I looked at it, and I'm like, well, I could buy the controllers. I could buy an HDMI cord. If I went on eBay, I could probably find a power cord, but do I really want it? Plus, by the time I get all that and test it, if it doesn't work, then I'm kind of stuck with a busted PS2, or PS3, pardon me. So I ended up leaving it and stuff, and then I went to other stores, and I was telling some friends, and then later, they went to the Value Village, and they were asking the supervisor for it, and he said, oh, actually, we're going to keep it in processing for a while, and then he was quoting them at a higher price. So it was PS3 sitting there. It's kind of the first time I've ever seen one in Value Village. Pretty strange, but that plus the Atomic Orange 64, going back to one of my rules, scope it out. Yeah, just check them out and stuff, and sometimes you see something you might want to take a risk, but then you have to weigh the pros and cons of taking that risk. Alright, so now we're going to look at another box. On Saturday, I was out with my girlfriend. We're going to see this movie Contagion, and I see this kind of garage benefiting Cancer Society, and outside of the business, they had just a bunch of stuff all around, and I saw electronic stuff from driving by, so I'm like, oh, can we stop by for a sec? So then from there, I'm looking around, and I ask, how much is this stuff, right? And they're like, oh, just take what you want and make a donation and stuff. So then I knew it's going to charity, and I just grabbed a bunch of stuff, and this here, I gave them a donation of $10 for all this stuff. So what you have in here, Forgotten Worlds, Space Harrier 2, Super Monaco GP, the original Sega Genesis 16-bit, bunch of manuals, a bunch of games. I haven't seen this one before. It's called Death Duel, Sword of Vermilion, Sonic the Hedgehog. Then in there, so I don't want to pull it all out, but you have your, there's a 3-button, 6-button, your adapter, your RF switch. There's a bunch of other cords in here as well and stuff, and telephone cords, and some other electronic stuff. I didn't really actually look. I don't even care to really take it out right now. But all the Sega stuff was there. So for $10, I was like, all right. And then we went to go see the movie, and then I'm like, you know what? We could have easily got a box and just loaded it with stuff. And I'm sitting there, I'm talking to my girlfriend, I'm like, let's go back, and I want to check it out, because if we just get a box and load it with like CDs and DVDs and whatever, you could probably get a lot of stuff for like nothing, right? So we went back, and unfortunately they were packing it up, and I was like, oh, dang. But anyways, it's kind of one of those 50-50 hindsight. So that was my video game pickups for this week. I'll show you my Blu-ray ones next. So hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you all soon.